Hey, honeys. Welcome back to another episode of Break Free From Yourself podcast. I am your host, Brianna J., and I need to go ahead and give a disclaimer before we start this episode. Apparently, July was our 1-year anniversary. My mind thought it was August. So we're going to be 1 month behind this year for our anniversaries, but it's okay. We're still learning. We're still growing. And with this 1-year anniversary episode, I want to go ahead and give you all a flashback to one of my unposted episodes from earlier when I first started. This episode was something that was really big on my heart, but because of me not wanting to express myself in certain ways, I never published it. But now I'm in the mindset of take me as I am, love me, and understand that I'm human. So this episode is going to be about body problems, and I may even do a part 2 about how I'm feeling now as far as body issues and just body, how I feel about my body and how women feel about their bodies. So thank you for listening. We're 1 year down, and I hope to see you in the future years to come. Thank you for listening, honeys. Hey, honey, it's your girl, Brianna Ray, and this is Break Free From Yourself podcast. This podcast is my new baby that is centered around self-reflection and self-love. It's about a young woman's journey, me of course, to finding inner peace, but realizing that sometimes she can play a role in holding herself back from that peace. So this is going to be a safe space where I'll be real with you all and myself. So listen, I know I'm not the only one that can hold myself back from the greatness that I can be. Maybe y'all will be able to relate, and we can get through this journey together. So let's take a walk together, hon. All right, y'all. I'm back at it again with another episode of Break Free From Yourself podcast. And guess what? Today is going to be one of those episodes where I get down to the nitty-gritty, as my mama would say. Yeah, I said it. Deal with it. But on the real, this is going to be one of those episodes where I'm real with y'all and real with myself. This podcast is about my journey to self-love, right? And guess what? I'm still traveling. So y'all gonna travel this journey with me. So what are we gonna do today? We're gonna talk about body problems. We all have them, men and women. But it's definitely talked about more amongst women or about women because we're the ones that make those changes. We're the ones that make those physical changes on the outside. And it's more obvious when we make those changes. Sometimes, depending on the man, they might make some obvious changes too. But I just want to bring up 2 things that bothered me. Did not initially bother me. It was entertaining to me. But now, as I'm looking back at it, these were kind of triggering. So, y'all, if y'all don't know, I love watching reality TV. But sometimes these shows can be very triggering. So there was this one episode of Basketball Wives. I can't remember the season, but it was a season where they had Megan from Bad Girls Club. And she was doing a commercial for Jackie. And Drea, a friend of Jackie's, was critiquing the commercial by saying that Megan's fupa was showing. Now, I need somebody to clarify for me what fupa is. Because, like, how much fat makes it a fupa? Because when I saw that episode, I looked at myself and I said, do I have a fupa? Because it wasn't that much fat. And to be honest, it wasn't even as much fat as that she was insinuating that Megan had. But I'm like, I got a fupa. If that's the case, everybody got a little something. Not everybody, but most people, they have a little something right there. And so, although watching that, Drea was my girl, she kind of turned me off of that. And then her whole little explanation after the fact and going back on what she said, that kind of turned me off too. But recently, I know a lot of y'all have watched Jocelyn's Cabaret season 2. And the girl who won, Chanel, she throughout the whole time was talking about this girl's stomach. And when the girl actually won, she was calling her a pot belly bee. And I'm like, how are you gonna congratulate this girl but call her a pot-belly bee and talk about how she was an underdog, she wasn't about nothing, and all she looked like all she did was drink, but she ended up winning anyways. Like, you gave her a sorry congratulations speech, and you basically just embarrassed her by talking about her belly fat, and you don't know how this girl feels about her body. But anyways, Jocelyn's gonna be Jocelyn, so you can't really do anything about that. She didn't care anyways. She got paid. I feel like a lot of people, when they talk about people, they don't realize the damage that they're doing to that person or other people that are not even involved. Some of y'all are not going to want to admit this, but families, they be the main ones talking about how you've gained weight. Ooh, honey, your hips spread. Ooh, honey, I see you. You got them thick thighs. Folks don't want to hear that. I, in particular, hate hearing that. But I mean, I know it's not intentional. They're not trying to hurt your feelings. They're just making something that you already know that's obvious known. Like, you don't look at yourself. And I think that's something that we probably have to address with our families as well. Or not just families, people in general that we have in our circle. We need to address these things with people that we interact with, because you don't want them to trigger you unnecessarily or unintentionally. So let them know that that triggers you, and hopefully that they understand the effects that whatever they're saying has on you, and they're more intentional in trying not to affect you or offend you. But let's start off since I've said all this, we're talking about body problems. I want to verbally say that I've suffered from body dysmorphia for a big chunk of my life. And body dysmorphia is basically when you can't stop thinking about one or more perceived defects or flaws in your appearance, and that flaw can be minor or seem small or minuscule to others. And you typically feel embarrassed, ashamed, or anxious, and you avoid many social situations because of it. Ding, ding, ding. I've done that a lot. The biggest problem that I focused on was my weight. And the crazy thing is, when I first started having this issue, I was not big at all. I remember one time I was in middle school. I developed earlier, not necessarily in the hip area, but I've never been a part of the itty bitty committee. So I had those early on. So when I got to middle school, I want to say it was 7th or 8th grade. It had to be the 7th grade. I was outside with some friends and we were just talking, and one girl was talking about how she wears a size 5 in pants. And I'm like, well, dang, I ain't say this out loud, but I'm thinking in my head like, dang, am I fat? I wear a size 7. Knowing now that a size 7 is not fat at all. And if I could go back to a size 7, your girl. But those are junior sizes anyways. I don't think they have that in adult sizes, do they? I don't know. I've been, in the double digits for a minute, so I don't know what the single digits look like anymore. I started off at a younger age comparing myself body-wise to other women. And this was before the social media age. Well, no, I was on MySpace at that time. So that probably played a part in it too. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it definitely did. I left from where I was and I went to Vegas, and for the most part, I think I was okay. I did have some issues there, but I don't really think I was thinking about my body that much. My freshman year of high school is because I was just trying to fit in, because I'm literally this Southern girl who moved to the West Side, and everybody think I'm crazy because I'm dressing weird in their eyes. But I was just dressing how, the girls were dressing when I was in Alabama. So I moved back to Alabama my sophomore year of high school, and we're wearing uniforms now, so I don't have to really think about what I'm wearing, but in a way, I'm still kind of covering myself. I'm wearing baggier clothes. I'm wearing the ugly little plaid skirts. I thought it was cute, but it wasn't. And actually, towards the end of my sophomore year and most of my senior and junior year, I was wearing nothing but hoodies. Not because it was cold, because I'd be wearing it in the summertime or in the springtime. It was because I did not like what I saw. And let me tell you, I was still probably a size 9. I don't think I even made it to the double digits yet at this point. But in my eyes, I was big. My booty did get a little bigger.
So, and my hips did spread just a little bit. So it was like, this is not what I'm used to. I've always been a little smaller. I used to think I was bigger anyways when I was smaller. So now that I'm bigger, I'm really fat now. I don't like this. So I'm going to cover it up because I don't want anybody else to say anything. And to be honest, nobody else said anything. They didn't care. I just stayed to myself. Then college hit. For the first few weeks, I was good. Them hoodies, I threw those away. I was wearing clothes. I was going out. I thought I was cute. I was fresh out. But that quickly changed because I gained the freshman 15. My friends and I were going out, eating at 2-something in the morning, going back to the cafe or whatever the place was called that we were eating. Yeah, I gained that freshman 15 and depression hit. Because you were a size 9 before, now you're fitting a size 13. 13 is big. Where'd the size come from? And naturally, when you come back from school for your summer breaks or your spring breaks and your family sees that, hey, you've gained weight, they're going to bring it to your attention like you have not seen it. And I just, kiki chuckled with it, but literally I understand. I know. You don't have to tell me. And I hated the fact that it was said to me so much because I'm like, I'm just trying to grasp life and y'all are getting on my nerves. And it's not, and I say family, it might not even be family. It might be family, friends, teachers that you've seen. Like, it's people that have not seen you for a while and now they see you and you're a little bit bigger than you were. And they have to that's the first thing that grabs their attention. But just because it's the first thing that grabs your attention does not mean you have to bring it up. I get it. I know. So up until maybe Christmas of my sophomore year, I was kind of battling with my weight. But guess what? Your girl got the flu. I got the flu. And I will say, even though I got the flu and I was really, really sick, I was so glad. Because I dropped all the weight that I gained for my freshman 15. It's probably more of a freshman 20. But all that weight I gained, gone. I didn't even notice it until I started wearing clothes and they were too big. The clothes that I had just bought were too big now. Yeah, I was so happy. I would tell people, oh, I got the flu. I need to get the flu. And literally to this day, I'd be like, ooh, I want to catch the flu again. Knowing dang well, I don't want to catch the flu. But the effects of the flu just made an impression on me. The fact that I lost all that unwanted weight that I gained. And then I was still doing the eating bad and because I didn't care. I mean, I'm in college now. I get to do what I want. I'm going to eat. I like to eat. Growing up, I said if I wanted to choose any job, I would be like Guy Fieri. Drives, dives, and diners. Yes. I said I wanted to be like him. Going to eat wherever I want in a nice car all over the United States. And then once I'm done with the United States, we're going to go to Europe. We're going to eat all the pasta we can. Paris. Italy. I had this plan. First of all, I forgot I had money, or I need money for that. But that was my goal. Anyways, so that's what I did. I was still eating at 2:00 in the morning after coming back from either work or those times that we did go out, I would be eating too. After that, I moved back home and I transferred schools. And at that point, I'm working full-time, going to school full-time. So let's work out a little bit. I basically maintained my weight my junior year. And then my senior year, I kind of toned a little bit. Not too much, but enough where my body was banging. Baby was bad. Like, anytime I wanted to feel good about myself, I would go back to those pictures from 2017. Because I just loved the way my body looked. And I felt like I looked healthy. I was eating, well, I don't want to say I was eating healthier because I did try a couple fasts that this trainer that I had put me on. I didn't do that for about a week because who gonna eat nuts? I don't like nuts. You want me to eat nuts for one day? Like, I don't even like nuts. And you want me to eat it for just one day? So the fast didn't last long. I tried it. I succeeded, but never again. I did try it again, but never again. So I basically toned and maintained my senior year. And then after I graduated college, I decided that I was going to do something to my body. And that messed me up. So basically what I did to my body was I got on birth control, and the birth control that I got on was Deborah. And not only did I have an allergic reaction to it that made me break out in hives all over my body for like 2-3 months, but I gained 25 to 30 pounds. Let's just say 25 for now. When that happened, I just could remember that I would go to work with, in the summertime, not turtlenecks, but long sleeve shirts and pants. I couldn't even wear skirts because literally the hives were from my chest down all over my body. And it was just, I don't even think I have the picture of it anymore because it was so traumatizing to me, because I'm like, I don't understand why my body's doing this. And the funny thing is, I used to lie and say that I was allergic to grass because I didn't want to be in the grass. But after I got that depot shot, your girl was allergic to grass. I developed allergies that I never had before. I gained weight, and I had to wear long sleeve shirts and pants in the heat because my body was reacting in ways that I did not like. So after that happened, I got off the shot. Immediately, the hives went away, but I never lost the weight. And so for 2 to 3 years after that, no, 2 years exactly, because I got it in 2018. So until 2020, I didn't look in the mirror for real. I also didn't take many pictures or videos. I did take some. Most of them were neck up, but I didn't take many videos. And actually, I remember going on a trip with my friends, and they wanted to go to a couple places, and most of the places were places where you could use for photo ops and take pictures. I told them every place that they wanted to go to that I didn't want to take pictures because I did not feel confident. I didn't tell them that this was the reason, but the reason why I didn't want to take pictures is because I did not like seeing myself. So I didn't want to have those memories of how I looked. But what I will say is there was one picture that we took together that, although you could clearly see that I've gained weight, I feel like I look so beautiful in that picture. Because the picture was so beautiful, I ended up having it as my cover photo on Facebook. Other than that, I did not take, I think that was probably the only picture that I took. That's the only picture that I posted from that trip. And they also wanted to go to the Trap Museum. I actually argued with them because I told them I did not want to go. I said, y'all can go in, but I'm going to sit in the car. And I sat my behind. I told them, you can keep the keys. I had an attitude. I said, you can keep the keys. I'll sit in the hot car. I don't care. So it took them about an hour, hour and a half. I was sitting in the car because I didn't want to take pictures, and the Trap Museum is literally only to take pictures. But then, I think that was like mid-2019. Then the pandemic hit, and I did not have those moments where I could spend with friends and, you know, take pictures and do all this stuff. So I told my friends, I said, the next time that we get around each other, I'm going to take pictures and I'm going to hug y'all and I'm going to be interactive because, you know, we've gone this long without being around each other. So I'm going to, even though I don't feel the best about my body, I'm going to cherish those memories because I'm a person that loves memories. I will cry all day about a memory. I remember a fish from 2006. I'm gonna cry about that fish. I ain't had no fish, I'm just saying. But so I told them, I said the next time that we are able to get around each other, I want to take pictures just so we can have those memories. And actually, at the end of 2020 was when me and one of my friends got together. I want to say it was like November-ish. We went to Baumhauer's, her and my nephew, and we took some pictures before. And I still felt a little chunky, but it's okay. I still took pictures and I was cute. I like those pictures. And since then, I've been trying to be more proactive with taking pictures when I go out. I ended up taking pictures for my mom's birthday. I'm a brand ambassador for one of my friends' clothing lines. So, and let's not forget those pictures for my 25th birthday this year. Baby girl was fine, body banging. That's what I was working out for about the first 2 months of the year. So I was cute. I'm doing better at taking pictures now because I'm like, shoot, you only live once and you can't be afraid of your body and yourself forever. Even if you don't lose the weight that you've put on, you're still beautiful regardless. Love you. Don't be afraid about who's not gonna love you or who doesn't think that you're beautiful or who does think that you're fat. Because one, honey, I'm not fat. I might be a little thick, but I'm not fat. So let me go ahead and clear that up. I'm not fat. It's just I've typically always been smaller. And even when I was smaller, I thought I was fat then. So I just think that I'm fat now. I've compared myself to other women. I don't want to say women on social media. Not for real, because I have a booty. So I ain't trying to get no booty shots. I like my shape. It's just I want to tone some things up. So if I lose the gut, perfect. If my thighs trim down, perfect, because I don't like them rubbing together. There are things that I would like to work on and I can work on. I just need to be proactive in working on those things and not comparing myself to the next person, not comparing myself to the girl down the street, Sally Sue, not comparing myself to Tiana Taylor, because I ain't had no kids yet, but guess what? I don't know if I'm gonna bounce back like her. I gotta get like her first to bounce back. But I mean, I need to not compare myself to those other women because they have their things that they have going on. And to be honest, they might not be happy with what they're dealing with their body. So just because I see what they look like, they might not see it. They might have body dysmorphia as well. I just need to worry about me and love me better because like I said, I am beautiful. Although I said, let me just clear this up. I'm saying I am beautiful. I always knew I was beautiful. I always been cute. I might have gained a little weight, but the face has always been cute. Okay? So, I never thought I was ugly. It's just, I didn't want to see the extra fat. But let me tell you, maybe a month or two ago, I looked in the mirror at myself naked and just fell in love. Because if nobody else is going to love you, you need to love you. So it's okay that I've gained weight. It's nobody else's fault but mine. I need to be more proactive and cognizant of the things that I'm putting in my body so I can get to where I want to be. I just ate a pizza. Well, I didn't eat a whole pizza. Why are these girls texting me right now? Talking about some goddamn chicken wings. Lynette, I'm calling you out. Because why are you talking about some chicken wings and I'm talking about being fat? Don't nobody want no barbecue wings. So you wanted to hear my little podcast. Well, guess what, honey? I'm shouting you out today. Stop talking and texting me about some chicken wings. Love you, girl. But anyways, I'm about to cut this off because I've been rambling. But I did want to let you know that it's okay to not... It's not okay not to be happy with yourself, but it is okay to recognize that there are some things you need to work on with yourself and actually work on those things. So if you're not happy that you can't write well, start writing more so you can write better. If you're not happy that you can't read well, start reading more so you can increase your reading ability. If you're not happy that you've gained weight like me, start eating better. Start working out. I've heard from a lot of people that eating is probably my biggest thing. I don't know how I'm gonna change that just yet. I'm still working them things out. But let me go ahead and tell you, since we're talking about things that we're eating. Lately, I've been eating out, and lately, not all the time. Well, this week, yeah, every day this week I've ate out. I'm actually going to the store. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow or Monday, but I'm getting nothing but fruit because I feel icky just from the stuff that I've ate. When I eat out, I don't know if it's because of the pandemic, but a lot of this stuff is nasty now. I don't want to name these restaurants because I still go there, but quality has dropped almost everywhere. And it's disappointing because it's like, I can make this stuff at home, but I'm choosing to spend my money with you all. And to be honest, if I make it at home, I'm gonna have leftovers. I may get leftovers with y'all, I may not. So restaurants, if y'all want my money, y'all need to get your quality back to where it needs to be. If not, I'm gonna do what I need to do anyways. Y'all are helping me do better. Now I'm finna get me a watermelon tomorrow. That's what I'm eating tomorrow for breakfast. Watermelon. Don't know what dinner's gonna be. Y'all, I'm sorry. I ramble. Y'all gonna have to deal with it for me sometimes. But this is something that kind of, it hit home for me. So I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to have a moment where I was kind of transparent about things. I'm kind of anxious to see what the review for this would be like. And I do want for people to just be more cognizant of how they talk to people or what they say to people, because you don't know how that affects them. And I guess that's gonna be it. Love yourself, be true to yourself, because there's only one you and you only have one life. So enjoy it. Don't waste it. Take every opportunity that you can. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Or good morning, good day, whatever time it is when y'all hear it. Bye, y'all. One last thing I want to do is thank y'all for bearing with me and listening to me on my podcast. So I just thank you and come back for another episode. Bye. I know y'all didn't forget about Rebel Vision for all your skincare needs. Rebel Vision was created to encourage individuals to embrace self-love by encouraging them to show their body some real body love. We got the body butter, the rose water, the net exfoliators, the black soap, and the liquid black soap. Come and join the Rebel team by following us on Instagram at RBL_VZN and liking our Facebook page, Rebel Vision. To order products for your skincare needs, check out the site www.therebelvision.com. That's www.therebelvzn.com. If you don't already follow my Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter, go ahead and do that at _Brianna J. That is _BRIAUNAJ. TikTok is my best friend, so you know you can definitely find me on there. Use any of those platforms to comment and let me know what you think or want to hear on the podcast. Bye, honeys. Thank you for listening to Break Free From Yourself podcast. I hope you enjoyed yourself and come back for another episode.